very, very good. I've got this nice little hill we're getting them up. Humbug's like, Jesus, this is hard work, Mum. I'd much rather trot up here. But he's been really, really good. I thought I'd give you a little update because I realised I haven't really been able to show too much of him, but it's really hard in the winter because everything's dark and a bit miserable. So I thought I'd wait until actually we were out with them. He's really enjoying his hacking actually. Look, he's so nosy. I know, he's such a nosy. He's so switched on. He just has to know what's going on. But we're out with Groom Grace and Leia. Have you been on the vlog this year yet in 2025? Not on Leia. No, you've not. Oh, happy 2025, Groom Grace. So she's being our escort today. Just trying to take him out as much as possible. I like getting them out of the arena, off the yard. So good for them to just be out and see a bit of the world. And it's nice that we've got a good horse. We've got Leia. Flicker's also a really good nanny horse. So sometimes, yeah, we do, yeah, we like to swap them round. But so sometimes my other friend Sue might sometimes bring Flicker and we'll get them both out together. But I'm actually jumping on Flicker just after this. But he's just absolutely loving it. And like I said, it's good that we've got another good, confident horse to bring out with him. Just so that if he ever does have a moment where he feels a bit unsure and he needs that reassurance, although he's got it from me, it's nice for them to have another horse as well. Joey's not yet Grandpa Joe, ready to escort him around. But we've got Nanny Leia, who's doing that instead. Good boy. Well done. But yeah, we've just got them out round the village today. It's been a lovely sunny morning. But yeah, honestly, I can't really fault him. In terms of hacking, he's been really, really... And to be fair, with the arena work as well, we're really enjoying our lessons and training together. He's been really, really good. But he's really enjoying getting out, though. Look at his little happy ears. Little happy ears, a good boy. They know when they're on the way home, don't they? Look at this march. No, we're not going to PF up the hill this time. Last time we brought them here, there was a little group of, oh, it's his first hack. There's a little group of us. And I was trying to make him just walk up this hill because it's so good for their backs and their legs. And he was like, actually, I'd much rather trot, it's easier. So we compromised and PF'd up the hill. He looked very pretty, very pretty. He was. I was like, shh, don't tell anyone you can do that yet. Yeah, we were just pretending to be happy hackers at the moment. Getting out your party tricks on day one. Right, guys, we've got your infamous PF hill here now. Let's get you up and get you home. Oh, just got Flicky flew in. You have got yourself in a right mess, my darling. A right blinking mess. She's got, her rug covers her right up to her ears. So she always makes sure, she always ensures she at least absolutely cakes her face in mud. She has to get muddy. She'll find a spot that isn't covered to get muddy. Aren't you? Peachy bum. Come on, come and show me your dirty face. Look, nice clean body, and then we get to the face. Look at this. Oh, I have to scrub this off, aren't I? Scrub it off. Something that is an absolute game changer are these brushes from Smart Grooming. They're specifically designed literally for scrubbing off any dry mud like this when the horse is coming from the field. You can also use them for shampooing as well, but they work so well. I'll just show you really quick with one hand. This is obviously her back leg, if my camera would focus. Literally, quick rub, and you've just seen how much that has got off. Works so well. I know. Gotta get the mud off you. My darling, good girl. Not always a fan of having your face done. Come on, look, you've literally got it caked. That's much better. I don't know if you can see that now. All gone, literally within seconds. So, so good. And it's good for if you've got horses that don't like having their faces scrubbed with a brush. Like you. You don't mind this though, do you? You don't mind that. That's better. You're like a horse again. Not a mud monster. So, quick brush for Flicker. I'm trying to keep my voice down and get really embarrassed to vlog at the yard. But yeah, give her a quick clean up. I also need to tell you what she did to me the other day on a hack. She's on a bit of downtime at the minute while I wait to get a new dressage saddle for her. And so at the minute she's just hacking, we're not schooling, we're not jumping for the next sort of 2 weeks, and then I can pick things back up with her. She's not enjoying it. She's not ready to be a happy hacker. She is rather sprightly, and she galloped off with me down the road on the last week. That's her way of telling me, Mum, this is boring. Can we do some more fun stuff now? So she's got 2 more weeks. Look at her. She's like, are you talking about me? I am, yes. Sassy lady. They're both such mud monsters. I'm so sick of mud and cleaning. Before I put normal clothes back on, I just thought I'd quickly show you this new couple of bits that I've got from Holland Cooper to ride in. This green base layer, oh my god, I had to get it. I already have the green like thermal breeches, but when I saw they brought out this base layer to match, and it's not one of the skin tight ones, it's kind of a little bit loose and baggy, so as the weather gets a bit warmer, it will kind of keep you cool as well. But I love the design on it. Look at this. Look at the glitz around the neck and around the top there. I just think this is so gorgeous. Honestly, one of my favourite colours to wear. So practical as well with the colour. So had to treat myself to this because, you know, when you've got the matching breeches, why not? I also picked up their green jacket as well. I actually have this in navy and I wear it all the time, but this colour, this is like, oh, just honestly just one of my favourite colours to wear, whether I'm riding or not. So I picked up this fleecy zip-up jacket as well. It's also got glitzy Holland Cooper there down the arm, but I just think this is so lovely for riding in. Anyway, I wanted to quickly just show you those newbies, but I'm going to get changed and head downstairs. Oh, hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. A proper formal introduction, because I feel like I actually haven't said hello properly. I've kind of just jumped straight into today's vlog, but I finally just got a moment to just sit down, make myself a cup of lemongrass citrus. Oh, don't want to, oh god, don't spill it on the dog, Christ. Lemongrass, citrus and ginger tea. And freshened up, I don't smell like horses anymore. Freshened up the hair. I do pretty well with my hair actually, considering I wear a riding hat every single day. I don't think you'd be able to tell. I feel like I've really got the knack for it now. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. And happy February. January felt like a long one, didn't it? But we're in Feb and the brighter days are coming. I can feel it. In the morning when I am heading to the stables, it's always dark when I'm heading there, but when I've finished riding the first one, it's now getting light. I can feel it. 5 minutes each morning, it's just getting lighter and lighter, and I'm definitely feeling it in the evenings now. I just feel like this time of year, I always feel the same. I felt the same this time last year. I felt like I was crawling out of winter, just begging for brighter days. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that the brighter days are on their way. It means I don't have to try and squeeze a billion things into my days and I can take a little bit of a breather. So while I have just 5 minutes to have my cup of tea, I thought I'd let you know what I am doing today. So first on the agenda is I actually want to have a go at making my own granola, because this happens every time I go to my friend's house. This happens. So when I went down to my friend Natalie's house and stayed there for the yoga retreat day thing that I told you about in a previous vlog, on the morning I had breakfast at her house and we had like granola, yogurt, fruit, and I said to her, oh my god, this is the best granola I've ever had, like where is this from, because I need to go and buy it. And this happens every time I go down to a house. I leave needing to buy something, always food related. She always has something that I've eaten there or tried there and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go and get it. And she said, oh, I made it. And I was like, oh, I was really hoping you weren't going to say that and I could just go and buy a box of it and be done. But she made it, and she was just saying how it's so easy to make, and if it's something you eat every day, it's probably worth just making it yourself. So I thought, you know what, I've never made granola before. I'm going to have a go at making that today. So I've got all the ingredients. I think it's a Joe Wicks recipe. Oh my god, this mug is so hot. It's a Joe Wicks recipe. So yeah, I've tweaked, well, she had tweaked a couple of things. I'm going to tweak another couple of things. So I'm claiming it as my recipe. It's my own, it's my own recipe. But yeah, so I'll try and like link it in the description box. But anyway, I'm going to pop in the kitchen and let's go and make some granola. I also need to start the dreaded wardrobe declutter. I'm really not looking forward to it, but I know it needs to be done. So I'm going to do it quick and painless. That is the plan. But anyway, let's head into the kitchen and let's try for the first time ever to make some granola. So I have got all of my ingredients out on the counter. And the good thing that I like about making granola, not that I've ever made it before, obviously this is my first time, but the one thing that I do like is you can literally throw anything in there. So this, as I said, the baseline recipe is a Joe Wicks recipe, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit and I'm going to add my own little spin on it. So ingredients wise, we have some organic porridge oats here. That's obviously going to make up the main bulk of it. And then in terms of the goodies to add to it, so I have this seed and berry mix. So I don't know what kind of seeds this actually contains. A mix of pumpkin and sunflower seeds, juice infused dried cranberries and blueberries, dried goji berries and pine kernels. Very nice. I also have some pecan nuts here. You could also add whatever nuts in that you like. I'm just sticking to the recipe in that aspect. It also asks for unsweetened apple sauce, and I saw these, the Ella's Kitchen. Obviously these are like, you know, baby food, but I thought, well, if it's good enough for babies and unsweetened, it's good enough for my granola. So I got a couple of pouches of the Ella's Kitchen ones to try and plop in there. In terms of the fruit, I've been very lazy, guys. I got them already chopped. The chopped, dried, pitted apricots from Waitrose. I was just going to get the normal ones and chop them myself, but actually I saw this and was like, that will do. I also picked up some cranberries. However, the seed mix has cranberries. I think I'm still going to pop some in there because I love cranberries. And I feel like sometimes with a crunchy granola, you need that bit of chewy, sweet fruitiness, don't you? Just for a different texture, so it's not all too crunchy and clumpy. So, whole American cranberries. I also have some raisins, and the recipe also calls for chocolate chips. Instead of chocolate chips, I'm actually going to cut up this Lindt dark chocolate. We already had this, and to be completely honest, I'm not really a dark chocolate lover. I don't dislike it, but I'd never sit on the sofa and eat chunks of it, if that makes sense. So I thought, actually, I will chop this up and use it in the granola. So I'm going to do that. I've also got some honey that helps it all sort of bind together. And I saw that you can also put some peanut butter in. I don't know if the peanut butter and honey together will work. I think you just need one or the other to bind it. But then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put in a spoonful. I'm just going to go for it. This is my granola, so this is what I'm going to do. So, first things first, I need to weigh out my ingredients and then I can start making the granola. mixed together the dry ingredients. So we have the rolled oats, the pecan nuts and the mixed seeds in here. So next up I need to combine the honey, the applesauce and coconut oil. I think I forgot to mention coconut oil when I was showing you the ingredients in the beginning. So these three are being mixed together, and then once these are combined I will be adding it into the dry ingredients here, ready to go into the oven, because we don't want to add the fruit or anything until all of this has baked, because we don't want the fruit to burn. So time to combine these and get it ready for the oven. As you can see, I have popped the granola onto a baking tray. The oven is now hot. I've set it at 160 and I'm going to pop this into the oven for 20 minutes, and then once that's done I can add in the rest of my ingredients. Okay, I have taken the granola out of the oven. It's been baking for 20 minutes. It still feels ever so slightly kind of soft. However, I just had a quick look at the recipe, and apparently you're supposed to just leave it to completely cool, because it will continue to kind of crisp up. So I'm going to have faith that it's not going to be soggy granola. It doesn't feel soggy, it just feels, you know, it doesn't feel like it would have a crunch if I were to eat it right now. So I'm going to do as I'm told. I'm going to leave it completely cool before touching it, and before adding the rest of the ingredients. But oh my gosh, the smell, by the way, it smells absolutely delicious. So I'm going to resist. I'm going to leave it alone and come back to it and finish it once it's cool. You best believe if I'm tackling this wardrobe today, I'm going to need a trip. Let's do this. I've already decided I'm going to tackle it section by section. I feel like if you come into this room and you decide to take on the whole lot, nothing will get done. I have to do it in small, manageable doses at once. But one thing I am going to do, and a tip, if you are wanting to declutter your wardrobe, strip everything back, like guys, I'm being brutal here. I really do want to get rid of a lot of things, cut back, and really just focus on my basics and my essentials. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know I like the odd trend here and there, but I don't want a wardrobe full of them. So I want to just kind of strip it back, gain some control before we go into a new season, and before inevitably new season usually means a few new bits for the wardrobe. I don't want to be cramming things into this room. I know I usually do a bit of a wardrobe switch over anyway, so this is kind of my winter declutter, and then when I switch things over and the spring stuff goes in, I will probably end up getting rid of a lot of that stuff as well. So it's going to be a couple of months of a lot of cutting back. However, my tip to you, if you are like me and you are dreading doing this, do it in manageable doses, as I am. Just do one section, just do your jackets or just do your tops on one day, and then the next day tackle something else. Another bit of advice, do the worst section first. Honestly, just getting it out the way with will put you on the right momentum to carry on and finish what you started. If you leave the one part of the wardrobe you're dreading until last, you kind of never get there and it just stays. So the one part that I am dreading the most is my trousers and my jeans, because I know I have got very bad with this and I just shove things in there, whether I am being conscious about whether I want to keep something or not, or yeah, it's a mess down there. It looks very neat and tidy, and I will admit the pressure to keep this room tidy because I film in here is real. So it might not necessarily look a mess, but I know there are things just shoved in here that shouldn't be in here, and it's time to cut back. So today I'm gonna get out my trousers and my jeans and my bottoms. This doesn't include my riding like breeches or like gym leggings. That's all in another drawer. This is like all my jeans, my long skirts, my tailored trousers. There's a lot, but let's get started. We need to make a start. So first things first, I'm going to get everything out so that I can see it all on the floor, and then what I usually do is pick out my favourites, my go-tos, the ones that I know I wear, I couldn't live without, I wear them all the time, instantly pick those up and file them back in there. And then I kind of have a pile of clothes in front of me that's a big bunch of maybes, and then I have to kind of justify and ask myself a few questions to know whether they stay or not. But first, let's clear everything out so that we can see what we're working with. I'm regretting this already. I'm regretting this already. Gosh. All of the trousers coming out. Okay, I haven't even got this section out. I've just cleared out this section. It's worse than I thought. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, if you don't enjoy these kind of videos, then I advise you to skip ahead. If you're going to be triggered by seeing a lot of clothes, this might not be the video for you. I am aware I have a lot of clothes. However, given the nature of my job and creating fashion content, a lot of it is justified because I like to be able to have everything in my arsenal. I like to be able to, if someone says, I don't know, Alex, I need to know how to style a cream maxi skirt. I want to know that I've got a cream maxi skirt and I can create that video and have enough clothes to show multiple ways to style it, if that makes sense. So yes, I do know there are a lot of clothes here, and I am aware there will be a lot of clothes that stay, but I hope that makes sense, that I know it might look more than the average person. But yeah, but I know most of you know me by now and you're here for this. Oh, look who's come to help. I thought you'd be along. I thought you'd be along to help. My fellow fashionista. Oh, Desi is here. Okay, Desi, I need your help, girl. I need your help. Now I'm going to stick to my rule and I'm going to fish out the ones that I know are absolute favourites and are definitely here to stay. I'm going to make it super simple to start with, so I'm going to pop a pile of, yep, absolutely keep, I know that's a favourite, and not sure, haven't wore it for a while, forgot it was in my wardrobe, definitely going to get rid of pile. And I'll probably be trying those on, so I'll be trying stuff on with you, and you can help me decide if I make good decisions. Okay, I've got a long pair of Zara jeans with like a distressed hem. That's going up, I don't know if I like those or not. Stradivarius long maxi skirt. Am I wearing denim maxi skirts at the moment? I feel like they were definitely a trend, weren't they? Was it last year or the year before? I haven't reached for it in the winter, but I might reach for it in the spring. It's going on the don't know pile. I'm being brutal. Mango leather trousers. Yep, they're definitely a keep. Oh my gosh, these Zara leather trousers, I used to love these. If I was ever invited out for drinks or, yeah, mainly drinks, and I didn't know what to wear, you know, that awkward limbo stage of life where you don't want to go out dressed like a 19-year-old, you don't want to go out dressed as a grandma either. These leather trousers from Zara with a nice bodysuit used to be my go-to. They've got a zip on the bottom of them and they're so flattering, like so flattering. I don't know if I can bear to part with these. I really don't think I can because they look so nice with an ankle boot. I can't. I'm going to put them on the try-on pile over here. I want to keep them, but I'm going to try them on so that you can tell me if it's time to get rid of them, okay? We will make the decision together. Brown leather trousers from Naked? Don't know. I'm so excited to wear these again. These from Mango, my navy tailored trousers, and they have the slit at the bottom. So flattering, so nice for spring. Okay, I've got my pile of either getting rid of or maybes, need to try on. Before I get into that, quickly thought I'd just show you my outfit of what I'm wearing, because I am actually wearing a favourite pair of trousers that are definitely going to be going back in the wardrobe. I've had these for years. They were from Zara, and honestly I've just never been able to find a pair to, I mean they've lasted, I'm not needing to replace them, but I've never found a pair that I love as much. Yeah, the length of them is great for me. I love the shade of cream that they are. I just love these. I popped on my brown suede Arquette belt and my brown long sleeve top from Pretty Lavish. Yeah, just love this look. I'm excited for when spring comes and I can pair a nice pair of like maybe some nice brown ballet flats with these and a brown bag. Oh, I love cream and brown together. But we need to get into it, guys. I'm going to start trying on random pairs that I don't know if I'm going to keep or not, so let's get into it. Okay, starting off with 2 pairs of chocolate brown trousers, which are literally identical. One pair is from New Look, one pair is from Mango. I really don't need these. They are completely identical, so one of them is going to go, so I'm going to try both of them on for you now, and yeah, we'll see which one is going to stay. Okay, the fit of these New Look trousers are literally perfect. The length, the waist, I don't need a belt with these. These are great. I can't get rid of these. They just fit me so perfectly. They're a really good length, especially for spring when you want to wear flats. I can't get rid of these. These are staying. These ones are staying. Now, if I was being picky, I'd say I actually prefer how these Mango trousers look. I just prefer the detail, the kind of pleats along the top. I love the length of them, but they are far too big around the waist. So if I was going to look for maybe a higher quality pair of trousers, then I'd potentially put it on my list. But yeah, these are just far too big around the waist. So they're going to be a no. One thing I do as well, when I realise that there's going to be a gap in my wardrobe, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a pair of chocolate brown trousers, there's not going to be a gap in my wardrobe. But if I do get to a point where I'm like, do you know what, I've been holding on to this because I need that particular item, even though it doesn't fit me properly, or maybe I don't quite like it as much as I could. One thing I do is I pop a note in my phone so that I know next time I'm shopping, I literally have a list of things that I actually really need in the wardrobe. So yeah, I just wish these trousers would fit, but they're just not they're not quite right on me. So yeah, these are gonna go. Okay, I know these two things do not go together at all, but these navy trousers from Zara, I really like the length of these and kind of how they look. However, they don't quite fit me right around the waist. They're just sitting a little bit awkwardly, and they have no belt loops. Not a fan. I much prefer trousers like this to have belt loops. I feel like the outfit always looks unfinished when I'm not wearing a belt. So yeah, these are going to be a no. I've got 2 pairs of jeans here, both from H&M, both black. They both got the words vintage on them. They look like they'd be a similar fit. One pair looks longer than the other. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember these jeans. I don't know how these fit. So anyway, I'm going to try both pairs of these on and see how they look. Okay, I might just have discovered a new favourite. These are the vintage mom jeans from H&M. They're high waist, obviously cropped ankle, but I'm thinking going into the spring where I'm going to be wearing more sort of flats like this. These are really, really nice. Let me pull my top up so you can see. These are a really, really lovely fit actually. These are great, they're not too cropped. Like, this would look lovely with like a nice white shirt, maybe a blazer. Oh, these are actually really nice. I'm so glad I did this now. This is why this is good as well, because it reminds you of what you've actually got in your wardrobe. I feel like these are a definite keep. Definite keep. Okay, these are the vintage straight high waist jeans. And first obvious difference is the length. They don't have the cropped ankle. They do go all the way to the floor, and obviously they're a bit more of a straight leg. I thought I was definitely going to be getting rid of a pair of these, but actually I think these are also a really just great pair of straight leg jeans. I am a bit of a lover of a wide leg jean, and I do feel like I do have quite a lot, so I'm really glad I've got these other kind of shapes and styles in my wardrobe. I actually really like that. I really like those as well. I think it's always good for a different vibe when you don't want a cropped ankle. Like, these might look really nice with an ankle boot as well, but I think these can stay, guys. What do you think? I think both of these are going to stay. These are the straight leg Zara jeans that I showed you when I was kind of pulling everything out with the distressed hems. Really don't like the distressed hems on these anymore. The actual fit of the jeans are very nice. They feel like quite thick. They're quite a stiff denim. Do you know what I mean? They're they don't have much give, but they are actually quite comfortable. However, I really don't like the distressed bottoms, and also they have actually gone a little bit discoloured. I don't know if you can see that, this line going down here. I just think where they've been washed and worn a few times, they've definitely seen better days. So yeah, these are going to go. When I say these leather trousers had me in a chokehold for years, they used to be such a go-to for me. Honestly, they kind of give me Coyote Ugly vibes. Like, I absolutely used to love these, but truth be told, they're just not really me anymore. I'm not going out at 10 PM and getting home at 3 AM anymore. I don't need my old reliable leather trousers to stick on with my boots because I haven't fake tanned my legs. Like, that was me. That was me. They aren't me anymore. Don't know why I feel so attached to a pair of trousers. Look, these trousers have had some good nights out, guys. Just know, these trousers have danced on some tables. These trousers have had many a shot spilled down them. But they're really just not me anymore. They're so... I still find them really flattering. I just know there's literally not an occasion. I'm selling them back to myself. I keep looking in the mirror, but I know there's not an occasion I'm ever going to wear these. What about with a really oversized jumper? Like, could that be a vibe? 1 second. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm literally selling my own trousers back to myself. I think that's quite a vibe, you know. I mean, they're gonna... The oversized jumper, the high neck with the boots. I kind of don't hate that. I think that looks quite chic, if you ask me. Maybe they just need a revival. Maybe they've just, as I've grown up, the trousers have grown up. Maybe this is their new life. I don't hate this look. I felt this is actually quite a vibe. Let me know, do they... I don't think I can part with them. They're so comfortable as well, by the way. They've got this really soft, like, suede on the inside. They're so comfortable. I'm kind of like thinking that they need to stay. Do they need to stay? I think they're going to stay. Okay, I will say that is the worst of the trousers done that I was just dreading, because honestly, so many pairs of just black jeans that I couldn't tell the difference between them anymore. So I'm so glad that is done. I've just pulled out all of like my blue denim and my white denim. A couple of bits I've instantly put in the get rid of pile because they've just seen better days and I never reach for them. They've either like got, you know, stains on them, or they're just years old and they just need replacing, if anything. But I feel like I'm doing really well with this section because I feel like it wasn't too long ago where I had a bit of a clear out of denim anyway. So yeah, I'm doing well. So not many are actually going to leave my wardrobe, but I thought before I put them all away, I thought I'd just show you a couple of my absolutely favourite pairs of jeans that I get asked about all the time, and if I could have these jeans in all colours forever and ever, I so would. Okay, one of my favourite pairs of jeans of all time. They are such a statement. These are my ultra wide leg jeans from Reese. I just absolutely love them. I don't know what it's about them. Do you know what these look really, really good with? In the spring, summer, you might remember these from a few outfits last year. With I wore them with like a long line white waistcoat. They look so good with waistcoats, so good. Obviously more sort of in the winter, you'd probably wear a jumper or, you know, a long sleeve like this. But honestly, these jeans from Reese, absolute go-to favourite. Just adore them. I know they won't be for everybody, they are extremely wide leg. I love them, absolutely love them. And then another pair of my absolute favourites, these straight leg jeans from Mango. Come the springtime when I just want my go-to pair to wear with a white shirt, a white t-shirt. These look great with boots, ballet flats, trainers. They are great. They need an iron, they look a little bit creased. But honestly, they're just such a good staple in my wardrobe. I really hope Mango do these again. I got these, was it last year or the year before? Fairly recent, within the last sort of 2 years I've definitely picked these up. So I'm hoping these are kind of like a staple design that they're going to keep doing, because they are honestly so good. So these are going straight back in. There's not actually too much that I'm getting rid of. I've got a couple of good go-to pairs of white jeans for the spring. These are my Beaufort and Blake. They kind of remind me of the black vintage jeans that I showed you earlier. The H&M vintage style jeans, sorry. The kind of cropped ankle, the mom style. They look great with a pair of ballet flats. But I also have these ones from New Look. They're Hannah jeans. And they're a little bit more, kind of like the other H&M ones really. Slightly more of a straight leg, they're not cropped at the ankle. They also look good with so many outfits. So they're like my two go-to pairs of like white, off-white jeans. I'd love a pair of ultra wide leg, like cream or white jeans for the spring, like the Reese ones that I showed you a minute ago. That's on my wish list. That is on my wish list. Right, I'm going to pop these all back in here, and then that is my trouser section done in the wardrobe, and I've got rid of a full box of things. And then just like that, that is one box filled full of just bits that I no longer wear anymore, and that is just from the trousers and jeans. So yeah, I'm really happy. We've made a good dent in it so far, and I will tackle another section maybe tomorrow. But for now, good start. Very pleased with the progress. That's cleared some room in the wardrobe. Okay, update on the granola situation. It has definitely toughened up. It's hard to really show the texture. It's definitely gone all lovely and crumbly, but I need to combine the other ingredients. So I did the chopped up chocolate, the apricots, the raisins. So I'm going to add it all to a bowl and then pop it in my container ready for my breakfast tomorrow. But I'm actually going to have a little sneaky bowl now because I'm just so desperate to try it. So I'll give you my verdict. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. The smell, it smells absolutely insane. And there we go, my very first homemade granola. Next time I can literally make double the proportions to fit in my jars. But do you know what? For a first attempt, I'm really not mad about that. So let's give it the taste test. This is one of my favourite yoghurts of all time. I love having this. If I'm not in the mood to have like a Greek yoghurt and I want something with a bit of flavour, this with granola, oh, so good. Okay, I'm going to give it a taste test. I've just popped some granola in a bowl with my yoghurt and we're going to see if it's good. The problem is my face can't lie when it comes to food, so you'll know instantly if I actually like it or not. That is so good. Oh my gosh. That is so much better than any granola I've ever bought before. I know that's a big claim, but I'm not joking. That is just so flavoursome and so good. So good. Mmm. Do you know what? That is a granola that I'm going to get excited to eat in the morning. And that's a big shout for a granola, because let's be honest, it can be pretty boring. That is amazing. And I haven't even put any fruit with it. Imagine a bit of chopped banana or some raspberries and blueberries. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I'm so happy with myself. Why didn't I do this sooner? Oh, that is so good. I've been getting up very, very early. Currently my alarm is set for 5:30, and that's on having horses in the winter. But I'm actually going to set my alarm tomorrow for 7 AM, which is a lie-in for me. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, I want to get a really early night, so I have been popping down some bits and pieces in. I like to kind of just loosely plan what I want to get done in a day, and I'll make sort of like a long list in my notebook, and then I'll add it into my diary, and it just means I can go to bed feeling really prepared and really ready for the next day. And then I'm going to carry on with my book. I've been reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Really enjoying it, so I'm going to carry on with that. As you might have seen, Andy is not here. He's down south. At the minute he's spending probably about 2 nights and 2 or 3 days down south. It's not ideal, but it is what it is at the moment. He has opened an office down there, so yeah, he's having to split his time at the moment. As I said, not ideal. He's very tired from driving up and down, but at the moment it is what it is. I know you guys probably want to know about sort of house moving kind of updates, and honestly I wish I could come on here and give you a huge update, but the simple fact is, obviously I mentioned last year that, you know, it's on the cards for moving, but the fact is, us moving down sort of down south, it will be the biggest move so far of our lives. It's not something we can rush into. We obviously have we obviously have in mind the kind of house that we want, and it's not something that is probably going to just be on the market next week sort of thing. We have spoken to like mortgage advisors, so that we know, basically starting to get our ducks in a row so that we know where we stand with things, and then it'll just be a case, I think, of just waiting for the right house to come up. I feel like there's so much more to consider with this house move. This house that we're in now was never going to be our forever home. It was like a stepping stone, and a house that we needed while we were up here. But the next house we're in, I never like to say forever home, because obviously you never know, do you? You don't know what life is going to throw at you, but the next house we're in is certainly going to be a very long time home, if that makes sense. So it's not something we want to rush into, and yeah, there's a lot more to consider. Obviously the horses, I have to move them down with us, so finding a yard is paramount, a really good yard with good facilities and things. So yeah, there's all of these other things to consider, and yeah, just lots of things. Like it's even come into the mix of, you know, would we have the horses at home? Would that be an option? Finding a house with stables, with land. There are so many pros and cons to that. Obviously, there's nothing I'd love more than to have Flicker and Humbug at home, than to be able to look out my window and see my horses at home, have them close by, not have to drive to them. But also there are a lot of pros with having horses on a yard, and for example, you know, facilities for one. Obviously I compete both of my horses. It's really important to me to have good facilities. I love having an indoor arena where I am now. I honestly, I'd really struggle to go back to not having an indoor arena. I've had one for years now. So finding a house with also an indoor arena would probably be a little bit of a stretch. And then also, you know, if you have the horses at home, it's a lot of maintenance. I'm not just talking about obviously just looking after them, that's fine. It's more so, you know, if you have horses at home and you have facilities and you have land, you have to then be in charge of the upkeep of that land, fencing, arenas, electricity, water, all of this extra stuff that when you keep a horse at your yard, you just don't even have to think about it. And it's quite nice as well, the social aspect of being on a yard. You know, at the minute I obviously work from home, which I love. I would not change that for the world, but I strike such a good balance with it. I don't feel lonely, because when I finish my working day and I go to the stables, that's like my social life, and I see people that I know there, and you know, it's like our own little family, our own little community there. And I don't know how, I feel like the novelty of having the horses at home would very quickly wear off when, you know, I'm thinking about, for example now, you know, winter time, being in the house all day by myself and then going, you know, down the garden to my stable, riding by myself, not speaking to anyone. I think that would really take a toll. And, you know, it's nice having people around you, people to ride with. And also just, you know, without sounding too morbid, from a safety point of view, if Andy's, you know, at work and I'm riding in the arena at home, let's say I fall off, I don't know, I break my back, touch wood, doesn't happen, but if I was to break my back and I'm lying in the arena, who's gonna know? Who's gonna find me? I know it sounds really like, oh, well, what are the chances of that? But you never know. Whereas if that happens when you're on a yard, someone's going to see, or someone's at least going to find you within 5 minutes. And the same with, you know, if something goes wrong with the horses. If me and Andy are out, or, you know, I'm in London, he's at work, and I don't know, one of the horses were to colic or do something really silly, as horses can do, get stuck in the fence, and me and Andy aren't back for another 4 hours, what would happen? Whereas, as I said, on a yard, the volume of people and traffic of people at the yard, things like that just don't go amiss. And the facts are, when things go wrong, when you're on a yard, 9 times out of 10, it's not the actual owner that discovers something's gone wrong, it's somebody else there. I myself have been at the stables and have had to raise the alarm when a horse has started to colic, because I've been the one to see it and I've been first on the scene and had to, you know, I've had to do the first steps. And it's, you know, it's sometimes it's just peace of mind. Like even now, you know, I think they're at the stables, but I know someone is going to be going around doing late night checks, checking they've got their water, they've got enough hay, they're okay. So yeah, it is a consideration that I've thought about, but there's just lots of pros and cons. But yeah, it's certainly going to be our biggest move. So it's just not something that we're rushing into. So I can appreciate when I see comments, you know, I don't know, like when we've finished decorating a room, people have commented going, wait, aren't you moving? Like, yes, we are going to be moving, but like I said when I first mentioned it, it's not going to be next week. It's an ongoing process, and one that is going to require us to take our time, but, you know, until then we just have to kind of deal with this not ideal scenario of Andy not being here. But yeah, that's just a bit of an update on where we're at with the house move as well. But anyway, I'm going to finish off doing my to-do list, getting ready for tomorrow. I'm going to end this vlog here, so I really hope you've enjoyed spending the day with me. In the next vlog, I'm actually taking you with me to my first wedding showcase thing, event. You can tell it's my bedtime. I'm so tired, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I'm going to take you with me for that, so that's going to be really fun. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.